Hi, I'm Shashank Bhargav, and you're listening to Three Things, the Indian Express news show. In the past 2 episodes, we have been talking about the Lakhimpur Kheri violence in which 8 people were killed. There were 4 farmers who had died after being run over by a convoy of cars, one of which belonged to the Union Minister and BJP leader Ajay Mishra. The other 4 had died in clashes that took place right after. Now, so far, we have talked about what exactly happened during the incident, what the farmers have been demanding, how the video of the incident went viral, and its political fallout. But in this episode, we take a look at how the UP government, which has the BJP in power, handled the situation shortly after the incident. During that time, the farmers who had been protesting at the site of the incident had been very angry. Some 25,000 of them had gathered there. But the state government somehow managed to disperse them and tackled things in a way that the situation did not escalate. But how did it manage to do that, especially considering farmers have been angry at them for a while now? Well, the solution to their problems turned out to be Rakesh Tikait, a prominent farm leader and the spokesperson for the Bharatiya Kisan Union. For some time now, Tikait has been the face of the farmers protesting against the government's new farm laws, especially those belonging to West UP. He has attacked the BJP government and held several protests. But this time, he played a very different role. In this episode, we take a look at how Tikait helped the UP government reach a deal with the farmers. And for this, we speak to Bhupendra Pandey, Indian Express's resident editor from Lucknow, who recently wrote about it for the paper. So, Bhupendra, could you first tell us why the UP government decided to approach Tikait after the incident?
Yeah, actually, government knew that only a senior farmer leader can contain this anger. So they knew that Rakesh Tikait has so much influence, at least in UP. Not only in UP, other places, but he has much influence in UP. He's the only known farmer leader whom farmers here find that he can manage them. So government actually roped in Rakesh Tikait and he rushed from Delhi. He was there by 10:30 or 11 the night at the spot.
The incident had taken place in the afternoon, between 3 to 4 p.m. So Tikait managed to reach the spot nearly 6 hours later, from the border of Delhi where farmers have been protesting for over a year now.
So actually farmers from nearby districts, they all started reaching there. Tikait reached there within time and group of officers actually who used to interact with Rakesh Tikait earlier, who were known to Rakesh Tikait, they were in constant touch with him and giving him suggestion and taking suggestion on all that. So Tikait started containing the gathering. Tikait managed to bring a Sikh leader from Punjab as well, who can better talk to the farmers because maximum majority of them are Sikhs in that Tarai region. And the 4 who died also belong to Sikh community.
In fact, the Lakhimpur Kheri district is the home to the largest Sikh population in Uttar Pradesh.
So actually they needed a leader from community. That farmer leader was also accompanying him, who was helping him to contain the farmers. So this all happened and the meeting started that night only.
Right, and in your piece you mentioned that the negotiations started on Monday 1:30 a.m. and they ended at around 2 p.m., which is nearly 12 hours. But what were some of the first things that Tikait suggested to the administration even before the meeting began, considering things in the area were quite tense?
Actually, he had said that there should be no local leader or there should be no politician, anybody from BJP, any minister, any local representative. Also, there should be no leader from opposition. That he had said already before reaching the spot, that we have learned.
Okay, so for the past couple of days, we have been seeing Priyanka Gandhi, Akhilesh Yadav, even Chhattisgarh CM Bhupesh Baghel being stopped by the UP police and other officials. So this we now understand is something Tikait himself had suggested.
Yeah, actually, he didn't want anybody to come over there because he knew that he will not be able to tell farmers or make them understand the things, the negotiation and all that. Yeah.
And so during these negotiations, what were the main things that Tiketh demanded from the administration?
Yeah, actually, there was a delegation that was led by Tikath. Tikath was their family members of four farmers who died, and also the local farmer leaders and that leader from Punjab also. They were there. So the main demands were first was to file murder case against the minister and his son, give them FIR copy at the spot. And it was also that whatever the complaint has been given, that should all be included in that. Police should not delete or remove anything from that complaint. So that was the first demand. Then demand was to give a compensation amount of rupees 1 crore to each of the family. Then they wanted a government job to a family member. Each of the farmer died. So these were the main demands which they put forth.
And so in the end, to what extent were these demands finally met?
So actually there were 3 stages of meeting held over there. So first team from the government or administration gone to talk to them. The negotiation started with local district magistrate, Lakhimpur Kheri district magistrate, and the SP. So first these two went there. They kept on talking, negotiating that 1 crore is too much. They should reduce the amount, but they were not ready. It came to 60 lakh, then it came to 50 lakh, but they were not ready to come down. And then also the DM and SP said ki government job is not okay. Only state government will decide over it. So you first take this. And also they were not in a position to give FIR copy immediately. So that did not work.
Bhupendra says that this first round of meeting did not work out, despite going on for nearly 4 hours, with intervals, of course. The next round, he says, involved a team of the Lucknow Divisional Commissioner and the IG of Lucknow Range. The meeting with them also went on for 3 to 4 hours, but still nothing happened. And then finally, in the third round, top officers were sent in, people who knew Rakesh Tiketh.
Like ADG, Law and Order, then Additional Chief Secretary, Agriculture, then ADG of Lucknow Zone. The team of these 3 top officers went in, and the negotiation, that was finalized within an hour. They went in around 1 and they came out with Rakesh Tiketh around 2:15 or 2:30 something. So the deal was finalized within an hour. Actually, officers from Lucknow were also in touch with Tiketh and this team.
And then finally, there was an FIR that was filed. The case did get registered, and the final compensation for the kin of the victims was settled at 45 lakhs, right?
Yeah. Actually, it was finalized with this team only. They said that amount of 45 lakh was finalized and the farmers team was convinced. And the other was government job. So that government job was also set case. It is okay. And then they already had taken the FIR copy.
And what do officials say was the mood like in these meetings, considering things on the ground were tense? You write that there was a huge contingent of police, RAF, and SSB deployed at the spot, and many farmers were allegedly armed with swords, sticks, and licensed guns.
Yeah, actually, it was very tense because there was heavy contingent of police force over there, and the gathering of farmers were much bigger than that. So officers knew that even a small thing happens, so that is going to be a big clash. I mean, farmers will attack the police force and it will go out of their hand. So finally, they interacted with Lucknow senior officers and they said that go ahead with the demands, and they got it.
And I also wanted to talk a bit about Tiketh himself. I mean, he is the face of the farmers, especially in West UP, and he has been criticizing the government and the BJP for a while now. Did people see him criticize or be critical of the government in these meetings, during these negotiations?
Yeah, actually, that was a surprising thing all witnessed during this Rakesh Tiketh negotiation meeting. Even inside the meeting, he was not speaking against state government. Even after coming out, and he held a press conference, press briefing, and he addressed the farmers as well. But no aggression was seen. There was no criticism of the state government. He was speaking, the state government maan gayi hai and all that. So it was not seen there at all. He did not speak a word against state government, though he was speaking against the minister, Union Minister Ajay Mishra, but he did not speak against state government. So that was surprising because here also is BJP government only in UP.
And so considering that he didn't criticized the government and also the way he coordinated with the police and other officials. What do you think it says about Tiket? Like, does it make us see him in a different light?
Yeah, of course, because actually at the Haryana Punjab agitation side, they are all speaking against BJP government, especially central government. Also, they are criticizing UP government as well, all the farmer leaders. But here he changed. And it was also surprising that all the farmers followed what Tikat said. The moment Tikat said that it is over, all the demands are met, and you all should disperse. That huge crowd of about 25,000, they start dispersing. No farmers had any dissent or anything seen. They all peacefully went back. So that shows that Tiket has much say among the farmers, at least here.
Yeah, and in the past, we have seen him protest. He has played a role like that of an activist fighting against the government. But in this case, he almost comes across as a politician or, like a bureaucrat almost.
Yeah, as a savior. Yeah, that's true. He was acting like that because that first day he mediated between farmers and state government, that first day. Then yesterday also he showed the same thing. The moment the state government or district administration is seen in distress, he is there. Yesterday, one of the farmers' family in Lakhimpur Kheri, they refused to cremate the body, saying that we need the postmortem. They are not satisfied with the postmortem done. And the moment it started, Rakesh Tiket was there with the family. Convinced them that postmortem was genuine, this postmortem report is genuine, and the cremation was done. Same thing happened yesterday only in Bahraich. The family members said that we don't believe postmortem autopsy and we need second autopsy. Rakesh Tiket reached there. He again mediated with the state government and said that, okay, second autopsy will be done. And the second autopsy done, and that a team of 4 doctors, senior doctors from SCPGI Lucknow, they were sent from helicopter late in the evening. They reached Bahraich. They conducted the autopsy late in the night, and today early morning, cremation was done. Rakesh Tiket was there, staying in Bahraich till late in the night yesterday. So he was savior for the state government. He was there. Whenever state government is in distress, he's there.
And considering that this is happening at a time when UP elections are only months away, is the BJP at all concerned about that?
Actually, they should, but they are not showing it, obviously. They are just saying that this is all nothing. This is only a conspiracy of opposition. And they are also saying that what has happened in Lakhimpur Kheri was nothing, but it was a planned thing. They are giving clean sheet to the minister, his son. Yesterday, Kiran Rijiju also said that it was an accident. The minister's vehicle did not knock down the farmers deliberately. It is all allegations. So that shows that they are not going to take any action. And also, obviously, this Lakhimpur Kheri incident is going to affect the BJP, at least as of now, it is seen. But they are not ready to accept it, obviously. They are saying farmers are content, farmers are satisfied. Opposition is making claims, making allegations. They are saying that.
And did the video of the incident make any difference after, it went viral?
Actually, they are giving another reasons. While opposition and others are saying that the video clearly shows that it is knocking down the farmers. They are saying, no, you can see that windscreen is already broken, damaged. That shows that the stone pelting was going on. And because of that, driver lost his control and the vehicle knocked down the farmers. They are not saying it was deliberate. So obviously that has caused effect because people are not ready to buy their theory. It was not deliberate.
Also, Bhupendra, do we know what people, in general make of all this? Do we have a sense of that?
Actually, you see, in UP, majority of places you will find BJP supporters, at least Abhi. But yes, after these videos come out, the opinions are changed. People are saying, no, it seems that it's a deliberate attempt. And when it comes name of, minister, so people understand, it is minister's son, so he would have done it. So that is the thing.
Yesterday, the Uttar Pradesh police finally allowed all political leaders to visit Lakhimpur Kheri. This included Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi, who had been detained since Monday after attempting to meet the kin of the deceased. Last night, Priyanka Gandhi, along with Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, Chief Ministers Bhupesh Baghel and Charanjit Singh Channi reached Lakhimpur Kheri to meet the families of the victims. Also yesterday, both Channi and Baghel announced 50 lakh rupees compensation each for the families of the farmers and the journalist who was killed in the incident. Plus, the Supreme Court took suo motu cognizance of the case. A bench led by CGI N.V. Ramana will be hearing the matter today. Now, before we end the show, we also quickly wanted to talk about an unintended consequence of the Lakhimpur Kheri incident. Basically, ever since the incident took place, the infighting that had been going on in the Punjab Congress for months has now come to a stop. Kanchan Vasudev, who writes on Punjab for the newspaper, joins us to talk about it. Kanchan, how is it that now the infighting in Punjab, with Navjot Singh Sidhu at the center of it, how is it that now it has stopped?
Hi, Shashank. Yes, there was a lot of infighting going on in the Congress party here in Punjab. PCC President Navjot Sidhu, he was protesting against the DGP and the AG, and he had even resigned. And appointments were made by the Chief Minister, Mr. Charanjit Singh Channi. So there was a lot of noise going on that the cracks were wide open and everything. But after this Lakhimpur incident, Congress put up a very united kind of a show. They were like protesting at different places though, but it was like the show put up in total cohesiveness. Navjot Sidhu started off with a dharna outside Raj Bhavan of Punjab, from where he was detained by the police before he was released. Then the Deputy Chief Minister Sukhjinder Randhawa, he sought permission from the UP government during the morning that he wants to fly to Lucknow and then from there take a road trip to Lakhimpur. But he was not allowed that. So he took a team of 6-7 MLAs along with him, and then they took the road to reach Lakhimpur, but they were stopped at Saharanpur border, from where they were detained by the police again. And Charanjit Channi, the Chief Minister, he also wrote to the UP government that he also wants to fly to Lucknow and then stage a dharna over there. He was also denied the permission. So all these people, they were like taking on the BJP government in center at different places, but the message was clear. It was in unison that they all are after the center government and they want the BJP to take action against the culprits in the Lakhimpur incident. Then again back in Punjab, Mr. Charanjit Channi led a team of cabinet ministers to the governor Punjab and submitted a memorandum to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi saying that action should be taken against them and FIR should be registered, and the union minister whose son was involved in the incident, he should be removed from the cabinet. And then again in the cabinet meeting that took place subsequently later in the evening that day, they observed 2-minute silence for the deceased farmers, the victim farmers, and then they passed a resolution condemning the incident. So Congress was like seen as one united force, which was like taking on the UPN center government.
And how much of a role did the Congress central leadership have in this?
Yes, it is learned that the Congress central leadership had intervened on the very evening when the incident took place. So they mobilized everyone. They asked the Chief Minister to reach in UP, and then they asked Navjot Sidhu also to put up a show here in Chandigarh outside Raj Bhavan. Then they also wanted the Home Minister, who's the Deputy Chief Minister also Punjab, to be there at the forefront and lead a dharna and lead a protest march. That is how it was done.
And now, the UP police has allowed political leaders to visit Lakhimpur Kheri. Do we have a sense of whether the infighting will start again?
No. The reports are now saying that infighting will not begin. Now they will all work together in unison. The High Command has spoken to Navjot Singh Sidhu, who was earlier upset because of those 2-3 issues, like the appointment of the AG and the DGP. He didn't want both the men in the position, but now the feud has been sorted out. And Navjot Sidhu is now going to march towards Lakhimpur Kheri from tomorrow onwards at 12 noon. He will be starting from Punjab in Mohali, and then he will be leading Congress MLAs in the march. And the Chief Minister has already gone there to Lakhimpur Kheri. So that's how it is being planned out.
You were listening to 3 Things by The Indian Express. Today's show was written and produced by me, Shashank Bhargav, and was edited and mixed by Suresh Pawar. If you like the show, then do subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also recommend the show to someone you think will like it, share it with a friend or someone in your family. It's the best way for people to get to know about us. You can tweet us at Express Podcasts and write to us at podcasts@indianexpress.com.